Breaking news, new video showing the moment that law enforcement says the shooter who killed Charlie Kirk ran away. We also have new footage from the FBI of the shooter, showing the clothes he was wearing, like a shirt with an American flag and eagle eye. Law enforcement also confined the shooter left critical pieces of evidence as the hunt for this killer continue. September 10, 2025. Utah Valley University. A shot rings out, and conservative activist Charlie Kirk collapses mid-speech. Panic erupts. Students and faculty scatter, their screams echoing across campus. Within minutes, the entire nation is watching, shocked, horrified, desperate for answers. But just as quickly as the shot was fired, the killer disappeared. For days, the investigation has gripped America. Who was the rooftop sniper? How did he escape so cleanly? And why, with thousands of eyes and cameras on the scene, was he still at large? Now, the FBI has released new evidence, a video that may finally hold the key to solving the crime. And here's what the current head of the Utah Department of Public Safety, DPS, Bo Mason said about it.
Take a listen.
If you look up to the top left, you'll see the building where the shooter was chromed out in the top left corner. We'll go ahead and play that video and I'll narrate as we walk through that. So here you see the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges and some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe imprint where we believe the suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another view of that. It's important to note his black t-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. His black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for. In the stills that are going to follow this, you're going to see a very distinctive t-shirt with an American flag and appears to have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses. All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look for and try to identify if they know someone who has those items, who has been seen wearing those items. We're looking for all that information.
On September 11th, less than 24 hours after the assassination, federal investigators released a surveillance clip. Grainy but chilling, the footage shows a figure, believed to be the shooter, making his escape. In the video, the person is seen moving across the rooftop of the Losi Center, the same building investigators identified as the sniper's perch. Moments later, he leaps off the roof, landing awkwardly but without hesitation, before sprinting across the grounds and vanishing into the nearby streets. The video confirms what many suspected. This was no random act of violence. It was a calculated escape plan, executed with precision. Investigators say the video captures the suspect within minutes of the shooting. His outfit is distinctive. Dark long-sleeve shirt with what appears to be a U.S. flag and bald eagle motif. Dark hat or cap, possibly concealing his features. A backpack, slung tightly across his shoulders. Dark pants, running shoes. Gone are the tactical vest and helmet eyewitnesses described earlier. This has led investigators to believe the shooter may have ditched his gear before fleeing, possibly in a pre-staged location. The leap from the rooftop, caught on camera, shows a person comfortable with risk. Someone agile, practiced, or desperate. Landing, he immediately breaks into a sprint, weaving through pathways and disappearing into the edges of campus. The video is just one piece of a larger puzzle. Along the rooftop, investigators found shoe impressions, a palm print, and a forearm imprint, signs that the shooter positioned himself carefully before taking the shot. Not far from where the video shows the figure fleeing, a high-powered bolt-action rifle was recovered in a wooded area. Forensic tests are underway, and authorities believe this was the weapon used in the assassination. Taken together, the physical evidence and the video begin to form a clearer picture. A shooter who was not only skilled but also careful enough to plan his escape route, staging gear, and abandoning the murder weapon. The FBI's decision to release the video serves multiple purposes. First, it confirms to the public that law enforcement is making progress, that the phantom sniper isn't invincible, that he left behind traces. Second, it makes the manhunt crowdsourced. With the video widely circulated, millions of eyes can now scan for recognition. Someone somewhere might know the man's gait, his clothing, his build. This is why the FBI has offered a $100,000 reward for information leading to his capture. Do you think that if the FBI increases the reward to $1 million that his friends will expose him? Third, the video provides insight into the shooter's psychological profile. Analysts note that he doesn't stumble, doesn't panic. His movements are smooth, decisive. He had rehearsed this in his mind, if not in reality. And yet, leaving behind the rifle suggests an improvisation, or perhaps fear of being caught with it. Since its release, the video has been replayed endlessly on news outlets, analyzed frame by frame online. Amateur sleuths dissect every shadow, every stride, speculating about height, age, even athletic background. Students at Utah Valley University, who once only had rumors and fear, now have a face, or at least a figure, to pin their nightmares on. Knowing that the shooter was agile enough to leap from a building, confident enough to vanish in daylight, has only deepened the unease across campus. Meanwhile, pressure mounts on investigators. Every day the shooter remains free, questions grow louder. How did he plan this? Did he have inside help? And why hasn't he been caught? Law enforcement experts believe the video could be pivotal. Here's how. Crowd identification. With millions viewing the clip, there's a chance someone will recognize the suspect's walk, clothes, or posture. Forensic cross-checking. By matching the video with physical evidence, the shoe print, palm print, rifle DNA, investigators can build a chain of proof. Timeline reconstruction. The escape route seen in the video helps narrow where the shooter went next. This could link to doorbell cameras, traffic footage, or eyewitnesses. Behavioral profiling. The calm, calculated escape gives profilers insight into the suspect's mindset. This could help predict his next moves or identify past patterns. The FBI has already received over 7,000 tips since releasing the footage. Most may lead nowhere, but it only takes one classmate, one neighbor, one colleague to recognize the man in the video. The FBI's video doesn't show a name. It doesn't show a face. But it does show something more powerful: motion. A man leaping from a rooftop, running into anonymity, trying to erase himself from history. Yet every frame of that footage is now etched into the nation's memory. His silhouette, his stride, his desperate escape. For the investigators chasing him, the video is more than evidence. It is a promise. A promise that he was there, that he left traces, and that one day, the rooftop phantom who killed Charlie Kirk will no longer be just a shadow on a screen. Until then, the world watches, waiting for the moment when the blurry figure in the FBI's video becomes a name, a face, and finally, a captured man. But my questions is, if you can identify the person, and knowing he has committed a big crime, killing Charlie Kirk, what's stopping you from turning him in to the FBI?
We are going to share a portion of a video and that we have of the suspect, as well as some new stills. Those have already been released, but we want to make sure that they get as much attention as possible so that we can get help from the public in tracking down this evil human being. So we're going to cue up the video right now, show that. I've asked Commissioner Bo Mason if he would narrate to you what is happening in this video.
Thank you, Governor. Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. If you look up to the top left, you'll see the building where the shooter was proned out in the top left corner. We'll go ahead and play that video, and I'll narrate as we walk through that. So here you see that the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe imprint where we believe the suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another view of that. It's important to note his black t-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for. In the stills that are going to follow this, you're going to see a very distinctive t-shirt with an American flag and appears to have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses. All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look for and try to identify if they know someone who has those items, who has been seen wearing those items. We're looking for all that information. Here you see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area, around the parking lot. We're going to pan to the right. After he crosses the street, this is where he moves over into the wooded area. This is the video evidence that we utilize to track his movements and to locate that firearm in that wooded area following the discovery of this evidence. Good. You want to go to the stills? So here's the still photographs. I mentioned these have been enhanced. So these are slightly different than what we introduced earlier. Please pay close attention to the t-shirt. Like I said, very distinctive with that American flag and that eagle. The hat with the triangle and the sunglasses. If you'll go to the next picture, please. The backpack as well. All identifying features that we're hoping the public can help us identify and lead us to this suspect. Next picture. And again, there's a better picture of the hat with that triangle logo, and again the t-shirt. Blue jeans, and you get a good look at those Converse tennis shoes as well. We have pushed these out, we'll continue to push these out, and we just ask for the public's cooperation through the public. The tips that have been coming in are what are giving us our next leads and enabling us to continue to further this investigation. We've had great cooperation from the public, and we're continuing to ask for that as we move forward. Thank you, and I'll turn time back over to Governor Cox.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Mason. I want to thank Director Patel and his team. It's great to have them on the ground with us tonight. We've had several briefings, and he's had an opportunity to walk the crime scene. We appreciate our local law enforcement here. Again, we have Mike Smith, who is the county sheriff here. We have all of our local chiefs of police that are here as well, all working hand in hand with the state and with the FBI as we move forward with this investigation. Now, just give you a little warning, we will not be taking any questions at this time. We're giving you the latest information we have, being as transparent with everything that we have. But I do want to share a couple things that I think are important. We cannot do our job without the public's help right now. The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing. This case also highlights the dedication of our law enforcement community. We have 20 federal, state, and local law enforcement partners that are working shoulder to shoulder to find the person who committed this horrific crime. With their support, we've completed nearly 200 interviews. As you're aware, as has already been reported, the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the identification and arrest of the person responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk. We also continue to implore the public to support this investigation and come forward with any information. We are truly hopeful that this video and new photos will lead to even more tips. We are processing. We have an incredible team, a state and federal team working together to process those tips. We're going out in tandem to interview any potential person of interest or suspects. But we need, again, we need as much help as we can possibly get. Any videos or photos that you might have, the public, should be submitted to our digital media tip line, which is www.fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. Again, that is fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. You can also provide general tips about the shooting by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's 1-800-CALL-FBI, or at tips.fbi.gov. This is, I would just say, this is not just a local matter here in Utah. We have people all over the country that are helping to bring this perpetrator to justice for Charlie Kirk and his family. I will just add as well that, as was mentioned, there is a lot of forensic evidence that is being processed right now at both the state lab and the federal labs, federal lab on the East Coast. So we are working in tandem together. I would also just add a word of note for those people who are spending so much time on social media. I think Charlie said it best, that when things get bad, we should put our phones down and spend a little time with our families. There is a tremendous amount of disinformation. We are tracking our team, the state team, and I'm sure the federal team as well. What we're seeing is our adversaries want violence. China, we have bots from Russia, China, all over the world that are trying to instill disinformation and encourage violence. I would encourage you to ignore those, to turn off those streams, and spend a little more time with our families. We desperately need some healing. We'll have more to say about that in the days and weeks to come. More than anything, we are going to catch this person. Last thing I will just say is we've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah. Again, to the public, to those who are grieving, thank you for your prayers. I know we are feeling those prayers. I know the Kirk family is feeling those prayers as well. We pray that God will bless our nation at this very dark time. We can start healing by finding this perpetrator and holding him accountable, and we need your help to do that. Thank you.